Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to my channel. My name is J-Ro. I main Zafina on Tekken 8 and we're going to go ahead and go through her moves that have been updated for Season 2. She got some buffs and some nerfs. I'll give you my overall opinion of her at the end compared to Season 1. And we're going to go over the new style. It is called Anathema. And the moves that it uses and what it does exactly. Whenever you activate Anathema, there's a orb up there that is next to her heat gauge that turns purple. So whenever you hit with one of Azazel's attacks that she has, it lights it up and it offers some extra offense for her, and we'll go over those things too. So first we're going to go over just all the moves that it affects. Okay, so the first move that activates Anathema is the one right here. Is for 1+2. See, the orb turns purple. All right. The Malicious Nail actually has better reach on this one. See how far forward she goes? A lot further than in Season 1. And the bad thing about it is, whenever you do this attack, it takes more energy from Zafina when she to execute the attack. It used to take 8 chip damage for hitting somebody with it. Now it is increased to 18. It used to give you 8 chip damage to Zafina. When it's executed now, it does 15 and it does 8 to the opponent. So it actually hurts you more than it hurts the opponent if it is blocked. And then it's -9 at that as well. This is the next one. It's a good homing attack that's new, that's been added to her. Pretty good. 19 frames, has really good reach, and on block it is, let me see, it is 6, so really good. This is the next one, the Calamity Trifecta. Alright, so the next attack is the Miasma Bearer. The good thing about this one is it is no longer 14 frames, it is actually 13 now. So that is going to be one of your go-to punishers because of course it can activate heat. But one of the drawbacks of this thing, this attack, is if it's blocked and you go forward with the next attack, your opponent can punish you for that. Let me show you. Punch you out of it. And another thing that they can punch you out of that makes this a little bit more dangerous to do if the first part is blocked is you can do that. You can cancel into the duck. That'll be one way. Alright, the next attack is the Miasma Bearer. It's 13 frames now, so it's going to be pretty much one of your go-to punishers, especially for whiffs, because it activates hit, and it also gives you the it also activates the Anathime as well. So it's going to be one of your go-to punishers, just like I was saying. And to cancel out of it, it's the same as Season 1. It's you do the attack and then you hold down after you press 1, and then she'll cancel out of it. But one good thing is if you fake it, let me see if it works on block too. Yep, you can't even go into the fake to duck the jab. So you got to be very careful when they block this attack because it is punishable. Punishable -13 frames. So be very careful when using it. I would save it for a wolf punisher, or if they don't know that it can be, if your opponent knows that it can be jab interrupted after block, it's best not to use this attack against them. The chip damage, it's the same as the one we just did. But if you cancel out of it, of course, you don't receive any chip damage. Remember what I said about the jabs, though. The next attack is called the Calamity Vortex. Alright, that grants the anathema. When you hear that bell, that's when you know that it's activated as well. The next one is called the Cursed Claw. This attack has changed. It used to be back 1 and then 1 plus 2, but now it is back 1 and then just 1 again. Alright, it grants the special state that she has. And one key thing about this is once that state is activated, once you have anathema activated with it, you can do the old version of it, back plus 1 and then 1 plus 2, and it does a bigger one. Alright, the next attack that grants the special state is out of Scarecrow, 2 plus 1. Okay. Alright, this next one has changed for her. The next attack, the Sinister Bite, is a new attack that's been added for Season 2. The input for it is still the same. It has a new move because of what it does. It activates the anathema, and it gives her plus 21 on block, but the properties behind it are different. Even on counter, it doesn't knock down. It doesn't give you that knockdown like it used to in Season 1. Still the same, you just get the extra damage. And it is a bit worse actually on block if this attack is blocked. I think it's minus 18, I think. Yeah, minus 18. And then it doesn't give you as much pushback as it used to as well. So you're going to get punished with a big combo if this is blocked and the person understands that the frame disadvantage. Alright, the next attack is the Vicious Claw. The startup frames for it, I believe, were 24 in Season 1, and this one is 20. It still is a heat engager, and it actually goes into Scarecrow right after she hits somebody with it, 11. And you get a frame advantage of 11 on hit, but it knocks them really too far back to do anything. But on block, I believe it's 10, and you're a bit closer, so you have more options that you can hit with. You have more options for attacks that you could use at your disposal with that big advantage. And it puts you at a good distance to where I believe you should be out of the range for jabs, which is really good. So what I would recommend is if you block, you're in that stance and you get that jab that comes at you, there you go, punish with the juggle. Or another punish you could do, because the startup frames for that is 15. A faster one would be 2 plus 1. That'd probably be the better one if you don't have if you haven't activated heat. So let's see it. Or another thing that you could do instead, just go straight into that. Another attack that works really well. So I haven't had time to really experiment with new combos just yet. Alright, the next one, Vicious Claw out of Mantis Stance. Sorry, I gotta set that right. Alright, the next attack is Vicious Claw out of Mantis Stance. It activates the Anathema. And as far as I know, really no changes to this at all. Everything is pretty much the same. Let me see. Let me see what it is on block. I believe the blocks for one of these Vicious Claws has been changed for as far as frame advantage. Not that. Nope, same. The only one that's changed for is just this one, yeah. Alright, the next one is the reversal. It also grants it. The next thing, let's go over heat now. One of the things that they made a spec change, nerf that they added to Zafina is these attacks during heat, the Vicious Claw attacks, they no longer provide any armor, so you can be jabbed out of these attacks. Let me show you. So one of the things I would like to do in season 1 is I would hit and then come for the Vicious Claw. You no longer have that option anymore. You can be jabbed out of it because the heat no longer provides you the armor like it used to. So that's something to watch out for. So, yep. No more armor, which I do not like. That kind of sucks in my opinion. Alright, with Anathema activated, she has access to a couple of extra attacks. One is this one right here. Sorry, let me switch that up. Got punched in the face. Alright. Gives you an enhanced version of this one from season 1. Pretty cool. 59 damage. Does 9 extra damage. Whenever you do these attacks, it does take the Anathema away, but right now I'll just have it activated to where it stays. But every time you use one of these special attacks that I'm doing, once you have Anathema activated, it takes that state away. All you have to do is hit with one of Azazel's attacks and you'll get it back. Alright, the next attack is her armor attack. And I believe even on block, it makes the attack safe. By itself it's minus 14, but when you have the Anathema and you use the attack, the Anathema, I'm sorry, makes it minus 9 instead of 14. It does a little bit of chip damage as well. Alright, the next attack is her new homing attack. A good chunk of damage, 37. When you use it in an on block, it does chip damage. And it also gives yourself a little bit of chip damage as well. It gives you 10, but you recover a little bit from the attack. So basically 7, and it leaves the opponent with 11. And plus 4 on block as well. Bro. This one is the attack that you could use to, the next one is out of Scarecrow. It's your old heat engager attack that you used to have. Does 34. And again, like I was saying earlier, once you do the attack, you lose the Anathema. The Anathema, I'm sorry. There's a good chunk of damage, 34. Okay, let's see what it does on block. Ooh, minus 14, and she doesn't get the last part of the hit. So you just end up with minus 14, which I think is fair. There's 4 chip damage for the attack, and none to yourself, so that's good. Zafina has gained a new stance after her 3-hit string and goes into Scarecrow. But of course, not every hit is guaranteed. So it leaves you at minus 12 for the last hit. The first 2 are guaranteed, but the last one is not. You might be able to lay it to catch some people, especially in critical moments, but you do not want to land there not having that blocked. It's only minus 12, but still, some people can get really good advantage off of that minus 12. More than likely, what I would say the best thing to use it for maybe would be in the middle of a combo somehow, which I still have not come up with yet. But I will have a future video for you that displays what I've come up with. Alright, another new thing that they added is out of Scarecrow. You can activate heat out of Scarecrow. You can't do it out of Tarantula or Mantis. So it's possible to have something like this happen. That's pretty cool. They changed the input for Kerr, the attack that goes under highs. And another thing that they changed is while you have an opponent comboed with it, in the air, it gave it a little tail spin while in the air. Alright, they've also changed Spear of Alu. It used to be back 2+3. Alright, so another thing that has changed is this one right here. When you have a person in the air, it adds a little tailspin in the air. Alright, and during Tarantula's Claw has now become homing. Alright, and another thing that they've added, which I do like a lot, is when you're rising out of the Tarantula state, she is able to block during this transition back to standing. So that animation right there, she can block during that animation. Alright, the next attack that has changed is this one. It used to be plus 13 and the opponent would spin after you hit them with it. Now they don't spin, and it used to get a 13 frame advantage. Now it's just 7, and the opponent is left closer to you as well. It used to knock them back further, and it used to wall splat, and it no longer wall splats. Let's see if I can get us to the wall. The next thing about this attack is it no longer wall splats, so you no longer get that quick wall splat that she used to have. Alright, the next one that's changed is this attack. It no longer gives you that knockdown combo that she used to get for big damage. Let's see what it does on counter. Same thing, just more damage. So you don't get that huge combo anymore after hit, counter, or regular. The advantage is still good, that where when you hit them, you get this automatic. You get that heat engager automatic. So that's still good, but it's still a nerf from the huge combo that you could get for it. Alright, the next one that has been buffed and nerfed in a way is this one. It has been the frame advantage has been increased to 14, which is great. it guarantees this attack. So that is perfect. It gives you that heat engager. But it is a 22 frame startup. The drawback is when you do it in a combo, they've decreased the combo damage that it does when you use it in a combo. Instead of the 100% damage that you would receive normally, it has been downgraded to 70%. All right, next one that has changed is this jump kick. The thing that's changed about it is when you press, when you try to jump backwards and do it, she still jumps straight up. You can't jump backwards and do that anymore, which is something that I would like to do sometimes. So it kind of sucks in a way. And the behavior on the behavior it does, that it gives you that tail spin when you hit somebody with it. All right, the next one that has been changed is this one. When you hit somebody in the air, like say if you have them in the middle of at the end of your combo, it leaves them closer when you hit them with it, which makes it easier to hit them with the next attack. And also, the recovery time is reduced by 2 frames, so instead of the advantage being +8, it is now +6 instead. So you don't have that guaranteed afterwards anymore. Well, if you didn't have it guaranteed afterwards how it was before, you couldn't jab her out of this attack. You could down jab her to stop her, but now those 2 frames make her jab punishable out of that attack. So she has, I just hate these instances of how they've changed this to happen to her. But you still have that option, and we'll go, we will hit that now. During the tarantula stance, this has been nerfed. It no longer gives you the knockdown and the free vicious claw afterwards now. It does leave you +5 on hit. It is now just +5. It no longer knocks down for the free vicious claw anymore, and not even on counter. It's just +19, and it does give you the vicious claw when you do the counter. The damage from the second attack of this has been changed to 20 from 30. And like I said, once you're in heat, it no longer provides shielding anymore, no more protection. The chip damage on block is changed from 8 to 15, so it's been buffed in that way, which is good for how they've been debuffing some of these Azazel attacks. So it looks like you get 20 damage, 20 chip damage, and the opponent receives 15 for the attack. I hate that they're making all these moves so negative again, because when season 1 first began, it was the chip damage was too much, like it feels like it is now, and then they dialed it back in season 1, and it looks like they changed it back somewhat. All right, the next thing that has been buffed and debuffed, I guess, is buffed because now it provides shielding for you. It gives you that armor. But as you can see, it no longer gives you the tornado. Another way that it has been debuffed also is that another way it's been debuffed is that on block it is now -13 instead of -9. All right, the next thing that has been nerfed is this, and this is really weird to me. The pushback when she hits you on the ground with that, you see how far back it knocks them? That is crazy. That knockback is, who is she, the Hulk? Man, that is crazy. That knockback from that is crazy. Coming off the ground, why does it have to be so far back? Goodness. All right, the next one that is received a nerf is this attack. It still goes under highs, but what has changed is the behavior on counter hit. You no longer get the free combo. That's what it looks like now. Unfortunately, I don't quite understand this nerf when you have some of the other characters that have low attacks that give you some kind of mid combo off of a low counter hit, and they just took that one from her. It kind of sucks. It still has the good reach. So that's all you get from that. Another buff is just the first part of this attack. What has been nerfed is on block. It used to be minus 9. Now it's punishable. It is minus 13. And then even when you hit the opponent with it, their reaction has been changed as well. Let's check the counter hit. Yep, even on counter, it used to give you this knockdown where you would get one of these, but now it doesn't do that. It just changes to normal hit. The next attack that's changed is the roundhouse kick. It no longer knocks down, but it does leave you at +6. And it is still a homing attack. And also, the damage has been nerfed also from 20 to 16. And I do not believe it wall splats anymore. Yep, no longer wall splats, which makes no sense at all. So not only have they taken the wall splat from this attack, they've also taken it from that one. And another one that they've taken the wall splat from is this attack. 3 decent wall splats that they have taken from Zafina. It looks like that'll have to be your wall splat right there. That little +13. I was mentioning how the opponent could jab out of this. I want to give something a quick shot. Let me see if this will work. So good. They can't jab out of that. So if your opponent is catching you trying to use your Azazel attack, you can hit him with that one instead. Doesn't look like you can get anything off of it though. Yep. Alright, and yet another nerf. She has so many. This attack, it now has changed from 20 damage to 16. Alright, another move that has been nerfed is this one. On block, You lose 15 chip damage and the opponent loses 10. Still safe. But the chip damage is felt. Another nerf is this attack. The opponent reacts differently from this hit. Alright, another thing that's changed is this attack. On counter hit, it will no longer knock down. Alright, another attack that's changed is this one. Alright, and the last thing that has changed is just her counter. It adjusted her behavior that she'll turn and face the opponent. Sometimes she'll be, if she's off axis when she does it, it'll be weird and it wouldn't work correctly. So they've adjusted that to where it would work properly. I can't really show you an example of when that would happen. But those are it. My overall thinking of it is they've added so much more chip damage, chip self damage to Zafina that it's a little bit upsetting. When it comes to that, some of her wall splats that I like to use are now gone, and you're kind of reduced to mainly something, if you want a quick wall splat, something like this. That's gone, that's gone. Stuff that you would typically use for wall splats has been gone, like this no longer knocks down. I can understand the direction of what they're doing with this. They're trying to make her pressure you more to get a counter hit off of that so you can do the vicious claw. Also from here, setting this up so when you have the new power up, let me show you, you'll get some extra damage from having it. It's just trying to make you use her stances, and for the opponent guessing wrong, is trying to reward you for that with the extra pressure that you get, and especially if you get a counter hit. And also when she's lower on damage, she does when she's lower on health, she does extra damage. There we go. So when you hit him with that, you get I missed that time. So overall, I'm gonna still use Zafina. She is my main. I'm just gonna be unhappy with how some of her nerfs are. I think she was nerfed just terribly for no reason. And when it comes to when she's in heat, losing the armor on some of these Azazel attacks, I don't see the point of taking the armor away from these attacks. I can understand if you take it maybe from the one that they sped up. I can understand taking it from that one, but some of the other ones, not so much. But they said that some of these, the way they changed Zafina was to showcase her powers more. And I guess once you have the enhanced specials, I can understand how they will help enhance. But it feels like some of the nerfs that they added to her kind of makes you a little bit hesitant to use that in a combo, because if you do it too many times, those will start to add up in a round, you know? So I felt like Zafina's taking a little bit of a back step. The new stances, the enhanced stance is still pretty cool, and I like that, but alright, that's my opinion of Zafina. I still, like I said, I'm still planning to use her, but I think life as a Zafina player has gotten just a little bit rougher with some of the nerfs that she's gotten and the extra chip damage that she takes. Because you have to expend so much energy just to. It seems like when I come up with the combos, I've been seeing some of these huge combos that people do. To get some of those same combos, I have to use some of Zafina's stronger attacks to get her damage up there. And I'm hurting her while I'm doing these attacks that extend her combo and make them better and longer and take more damage. I gotta give her extra chip damage just to make them work. So I'll have combos, like I said, in the future, and I'll post more videos. That's my opinion. My opinion is she's still gonna be decent. It's just you're gonna have to watch the chip damage that you do to yourself, because it's gonna be greater than the chip damage that you do on your opponent. So one thing I remember that I didn't like when I was fighting during season 1 when Tekken 8 first released was I felt like I was fighting a bunch of these matches against people and I was doing good. It's just all the chip damage that I was losing was starting to cost me in some of the tougher matches. So, besides that, still a decent character. That's another nerf right there that is going to take some getting used to, doing the correct damage off of this instead of going for the old combo that I'm used to. It's just inconvenient to learn the new style. And for everybody else that has complaints, I know there's going to be some more changes. I'd say give it some time, which is what I need to do. Maybe there's something that I'm not seeing yet when it comes to the combos. But that is the end of my review. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope that you enjoyed it. You learned a little bit on how to use her and some of the new nerfs and buffs that they've given her, and I believe some of my insight to help you even fight against her from watching my video. Alright guys, hope you subscribe to my channel, like this video, man. I'll be dropping more for you guys in the future. You guys take care.